How would you define love?
When you truly love somebody, truly, here's the thing about love. Love is unconditional. That's the first thing I want to say.
Is it really?
Love is unconditional. If it's conditions on it, it ain't love. It's a contract. And that's okay if both of you agree on those terms. She may agree. We have a pleasure contract. We got an economic contract where you're going to take care of me. And as long as you take care of me, I'm going to be your woman. The Puff Daddy arrangement. You feel me? That works for some people. No, you have women like that. You have men like that.
Right.
I'm going to floss you up. And as long as I floss you up, you're going to be loyal to me. But that's a contract. That's not love. Contracts are different from love. Why? Contracts are conditional. Right. Love is unconditional. If I love my queen, what if she comes home one day and say, hey, baby, I don't want to work this. I don't want to be a lawyer no more. But if I only married her because I like the way her law degree looks on Dr. Umar in public, you see how this goes. She's changing. But if I love her, okay, baby, that's what you don't want to do. You want to go into something else. Let's do it. Love is when you love somebody, you are 100% unapologetically and unconditionally committed to that person's best interest, even if it is to your loss. What if your fiance come home and say, listen, babe, I had a long conversation with my ex-husband. I never thought I would look at this again, but we left a lot on the table together. I enjoyed the time we had. I think that man might still be my soulmate. I got to move on. I might still hurt because I loved her, right? But if that love is true, if you feel that's who you meant to spend the rest of your life with, I gotta love you and want the best for you. Most of us cannot do that. What we call love is limited to your investment in me. You see that?
Yeah.
Anytime they step outside of the box we created for them, we get angry because that was not love. You had conditions on it. Your woman gained 20 pounds. Now you're going to divorce her. You say, if you gain another 20 pounds, this marriage is over. That was not love. That was a contract because it had conditions. If I love that woman unconditionally, whether she gained 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, I'm not going nowhere. Now, we might need to have a conversation about her health because I want you around for our children to get married. You understand? Right. But there's no such thing as ending a relationship because you stepped outside of my perfect box if you loved her. Love is unconditional. And most of what we got in the Black community are contracts disguised as loving relationships.
How y'all doing? It's your boy, Mr. Handsome, dropping knowledge back with another video. Today's topic is on Dr. Umar Johnson explaining how love in the Black community are contracts disguised as loving relationships. And to keep it a buck, I couldn't agree more because we focus more on what a person can provide for us financially and physically than actually spending time loving them unconditionally. Why you think some women would say, oh, I ain't dealing with no broke man. I don't care how good of a man he is. And he very well could be a good man. You know, he just don't make that salary cap of 100 to 200K a year. But he might manage his money well and can love you unconditionally and love you past your pain. But they look past those type of men because they're so focused on what a man could provide for them financially. Like, it's a transactional type of exchange to them. Like, they're not really focused on love. Or the men, on the other hand, would say, oh, she got to have a nice shape. She got to know how to treat me right in the bedroom, not knowing that every woman comes in all shapes and colors, and their shape, their physique, and how they look does not equate to the quality of woman that they are. I'm going to tell y'all a little story that resonates very well with Dr. Umar's message. The story is about my boy that was talking to this woman that he met off IG. And they eventually got real close. And before anybody in the comments say like, yo, why you talking about your boy's story? Why you spreading his story? I'm going to let y'all know I ran this past him before I even created this video. And I got the golden pass. You know what I'm saying? So he felt like this would be something good to incorporate with Dr. Umar's message. And I felt like it was fitting for it. So I was like, you know what? I want to incorporate your story, bro, because you know, maybe it'll bring awareness to people that's actually in this situation and it can help them navigate out of it. You know what I mean? Anyway, she used to live up north and they used to do a lot of FaceTiming and messaging. And sometimes she would travel to see him and then vice versa. He would travel sometimes to see her. Long story short, he brought her down from New York and they ended up living together and dating for a while. And then they eventually engaged to be married. One day my boy went back to Jamaica to visit family and ended up getting hit by a bus because the bus driver wasn't paying attention when my boy was trying to cross the street, and the result of that incident made him paraplegic from the waist down. Doctors then stated that he will never walk again, and he did the work far as visiting a lot of physical therapists all over in different states, and he even went to like different countries to try to seek out help and stuff like that, and he wasn't getting any good results from it. His family did sue the bus company, and they eventually won, but that money won't help him walk again, and neither will it heal the mental trauma. You get what I'm saying? Shortly after the incident, he came back to the States to his newly wife. At first, his wife would wait on him like hand and foot with making sure he was okay. But after a year of giving what may seem to be unconditional love and support, that eventually ended. He first noticed her not doing things for him that he needed. Things like emptying his pee or bowel movement bag, cooking for him, and also helping him into the bed once he got tired. Then that's when her promiscuous nature set in and things started getting crazy, man. She would leave the house all times of night, you know what I'm saying, in the bathroom for mad hours, texting different men, and around him acting like nothing happened. Then one day my boy woke up and saw divorce papers on the nightstand with her stating that she can't deal with a man that can't walk, and she needs to be with a man that can walk, and she's also moving back to New York, and please sign the papers and don't make this difficult. My boy was beyond devastated and hurt. I'm talking about like to the core hurt. You feel me? He did so much for this woman. I'm talking about paying her way through school, buying her a car, and making sure she didn't have to want for anything financially. I mean, she didn't even have to work as much. She had like a little part-time job at like some little mom and pop shop, but she really didn't need it. I think she was just doing that maybe because she was bored or something. I don't know, but she really didn't need it. Like I said, took care of her for real to the full extent. To conclude this story, she ended up leaving my boy. She moved back to New York with another man and started a life with him. Like, just foul on all kinds of levels. That's why I understood exactly what Dr. Umar Johnson was saying with love being more of a contract disguised as a loving relationship in the black community, because his wife clearly had love with conditions, because as soon as the situation happened and she realized that he will never walk again, that's when she started to make her exit. But I would like to know what y'all feel about this video in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.